delegations from Israel and the United States have arrived in Cairo in an effort to salvage talks for a ceasefire in Gaza. A sticking point is Israel's demand to control a strategic corridor in Gaza. It comes as Israel holds funerals for hostages killed in Gaza. Earlier this week, Israel recovered the bodies of 6 captives who were being held by Hamas, which carried out the October 7th attacks. In Gaza, Israel has issued new evacuation orders for residents in the southern city of Khan Younis as its forces advance in the region. And journalist Karim El-Gohari is joining me now on the line from Cairo. Good to see you again. Negotiations toward a possible ceasefire have been ongoing this week. We expect official talks between Hamas and Israel to be kicking off tomorrow. Has any progress been made so far?
Not that we know. To be honest, there's very little news leaking to the media about these negotiations. Israeli negotiators reportedly already arrived in Cairo. Talks will start between the mediators, the US and Egypt, and the Israeli delegations. Later, they will be joined by a delegation from the other mediator, Qatar. There is no word yet about a Hamas delegation yet, but of course they are briefed by the Arab mediators. The goal is to resolve the differences over this truce proposal to end this 10 months war. Main sticking points is the full withdrawal from the Gaza Strip, the full Israeli withdrawal from the Gaza Strip or not. Until now, Netanyahu is trying to keep a presence of the Israeli army in the Philadelphia corridor. That's the border between Egypt and the Gaza Strip, and at the so-called Netzarim corridor. That's a corridor that's dividing the Gaza Strip into a northern and southern part.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more. I understand these 2 strategic corridors have, as you say, been a major sticking point in these negotiations. Why is it so difficult for all sides to find agreement there?
Well, Netanyahu is trying to get a deal on a continuous presence of the Israeli army in parts of the Gaza Strip, signed off by Hamas, or there will be no deal, he says. That until now is not acceptable for Hamas, who insists on a full withdrawal of the Israeli troops. Let's take the Philadelphia corridor. That's the border between Egypt and the Gaza Strip. According to reports in the Arab press, there is a new proposal suggesting a UN monitoring mission instead of the Israeli troops. Also, maybe the possibility that there will be a European Union mission at the border crossing in Rafah, along with the Palestinian authorities. According to these reports, the Israeli troops could then gradually withdraw from the area. But there is a very, very strong denial from the office of Netanyahu about this report. Mind you, until now, we don't have any official copy about the so-called bridging proposal. There's very few official statements surrounding the negotiations. Most of what we hear is planted to the media by either Hamas or Israel in order to strengthen their negotiation position.
Now, just before I let you go, I just want to get some clarity on this issue. It is not just Hamas, also Egypt, that does want Israel to withdraw from the Philadelphia corridor. Can you explain why that is?
Well, Egypt interprets the presence of the Israeli army at this border strip as a violation of the Camp David peace accord. That's the peace accord signed between Egypt and Israel in 1979, the first peace accord between an Arab country and Israel. According to that, this area should be some kind of demilitarized zone, Egypt is arguing. Egypt is also denying the Israeli accusations that there is smuggling of weapons through these areas. The Egyptian side is saying they destroyed the tunnels that were existing there. And after all of that, Egypt, like all other Arab states, wants an end of the Israeli occupation, not only in the Gaza Strip, but also in the West Bank. So a continued Israeli presence in Gaza would enshrine this occupation and what Egypt sees as a violation of international law.
Well, thank you so much, as always, for your insights today. That is journalist Karim El-Gohari in Cairo.
You're welcome.